Blueberries grew where I lived in the Midwest, but when I moved to Tennessee in the early 70s, nobody around here had heard of blueberries. They might have heard of a blueberry muffin or something. So we planted a whole lot of blueberries back then, and they have turned out to be a great crop for Tennessee. It's about a week after the summer solstice at the end of June, and the blueberries are in full production. So today we're in Clarksville at the Reynolds family blueberry patch. Goodness gracious, this is a forest. Look at all these berries. Well, hello, Sarah.
Hello. Hi.
It's so nice to see
Good
you.
to see you. Thanks for having us. Thanks for coming.
This is a beautiful blueberry patch here.
Thank you.
How many plants do you think are here?
We have between 80 and 90 bushes here.
Wow. And how long have you been growing blueberries?
We planted the first bushes about 10 years ago, and the more recent ones about 4 years ago.
Wow. Well, what kind of varieties do you have?
So most of what we have here are the rabbit eye. They do better in the Tennessee climate.
I found that too.
Yes. So, and we have several different ones. We have mostly Premier, and then we also have varieties called the Climax and the Bluebell as well.
So what do you do with all these berries?
We like to share them. We pick them, and for a couple years now I've been selling them at the local farmers market.
Oh, cool.
Yes, and then we also have friends and family come and help themselves as well.
So in your experience, do blueberries require a lot of care?
They're actually pretty low maintenance. We put sulfur on the soil when we first planted them, but
yes, and the sulfur helps to make the soil more acidic, which
yes.
Blueberries have to have an acidic soil.
But other than that, we don't prune often. We don't have issues with other pests, so we don't spray, so they're very low maintenance.
Honeybees can't pollinate a blueberry flower. The blueberry flower is a bell-shaped, and it's pretty long to get in there, and it takes a bumblebee to pollinate blueberries.
And we have plenty of those.
And do you have problems with birds getting the berries?
We did when we first planted them, and we tried, putting nets around.
Oh, that's such a pain.
It was. They got caught, we got caught, all that. So we just planted more, and now there's plenty to share. It's not overrun with birds anymore.
Yeah, and you have a flock of chickens. They run out here some?
We do, yeah. This is a perfect shady spot for them to take their dust bath. And they like to eat blueberries as well. So you may see them dodging in and out. So yeah, it's a good hangout place for chickens.
Once you have an established blueberry patch, the rabbit-eye blueberries are known to put out suckers that come off the main root. So here's a root going back to the plant. But this root then, you can take a shovel and cut it right here. You do this during the dormant seasons in winter, and cut that off and dig this up and put out another plant. And this is how you can propagate more blueberries off of your patch. You'll have to keep it well watered that first summer. Sarah, tell us how you pick the blueberries and how often they need picking.
So once they start to ripen, it's pretty important to pick them throughout the week. They ripen at pretty different rates, as you can see here.
Right.
But they're very easy to pick once they're ready. Just a gentle pull should take it off. But when you're picking, you want to be sure that even certain ones like this aren't quite ready. They still have that pink on the bottom. So you want to be sure not to tug on those until they're ready. But these are good.
They just come right off, don't they?
They do. And it's also important to not forget about the ones kind of hidden inside the bush.
You have to sort of dig for them a little bit.
So most of the best berries I find are in the kind of shady parts of the plant, and they come off just like that.
Oh, look at that. So the blueberry plants send up new, younger growth. So your patch being less than 10 years old, you haven't had to take out a lot of the old wood yet, but eventually you will want to take out some of these older branches and let the new branches come
Right,
out.
Absolutely.
Well, Sarah, I guess you wouldn't want this bush to get much taller, would you?
Right, especially if you're on the shorter side like me. At a certain point you can cut those down.
And then these lower branches too should be taken off so the berries aren't touching the ground.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I find blueberries to be a gorgeous ornamental plant. So you should plant some in your landscaping just for their beauty. But the real beauty is the delicious berries that you can get with really not a whole lot of trouble. And so we really encourage people to plant blueberries. They're a great crop for Middle Tennessee. And we'd love to thank you, Sarah, for having us out here.
Thank you.
For inspiring garden tours, growing tips, and garden projects, visit our website at volunteergardener.org or on YouTube at the Volunteer Gardener channel, and like us on Facebook.